Hi, welcome all to session 4 of Science Simplified. In session 3, we learned about escape velocity. This is the velocity required to overcome the Earth's gravitational force to go into space. Today, we will see what happens you are in space. We learned that weight is due to the gravitational force of the earth, and today we will learn what is weightlessness. Okay. You become weightless without diet and exercise when you are in space. We have to understand today, why do one becomes weightless inside the earth orbiting spaceship, and why do you feel lighter in Ferris wheel? Weight is a gravitational force of Earth given by formula F is equal to m into g. If it is so, how do one becomes weightless? Does the mass become zero in above formula? No. The mass remains there. Mass never becomes zero. Then does the gravitational acceleration g becomes zero? Okay, let's see. G is given by capital G into mass of Earth divided by radius square. Now in this formula, G, ME and R is non-zero. So G can never become zero. So the question remains, how do one becomes weightless? So let us understand now the meaning of weightlessness. Consider you are traveling in a lift with the acceleration A, as shown in this picture. There is a cable with tension T pulling the lift upward. There is a gravitational force equivalent to mg, which is downward. And with the overall acceleration of A, you are moving upward. So there is an accelerating force given by mass into acceleration, and there is a gravitational force which is given by mass into g. The lift is accelerating upward, so obviously A and g are in opposite direction. That is why let us write accelerating force as minus ma to take care of the direction. So what is weight? Weight is net force Fn, which is the difference of these two forces, that is accelerating force and the gravitational force. So we can write Fn is equal to mg minus into bracket minus ma, because a is in the opposite direction of g. Then you get Fn as mass into g plus a. So the net force when you are moving upward is more than the gravitational force because of the net acceleration. So in fact, your weight increases when you move upward. So this is the reason astronauts or fighter pilots feel very high force, which is measured in terms of 2g or 3g initially during liftoff, or when the fighter pilot accelerates vertically upward. So from this formula, you Now understand, your weight increases when moving away from gravitational acceleration g. Next, now consider you are traveling in lift and the rope snaps. This is only to understand, in reality it will never snap. Then in the same picture as in the last slide, since there is no tension, the whole lift along with you is now coming downward. So the acceleration A and the acceleration due to gravitation G both are downward. So in this case, we will have weight which is net force given by the difference between these two, and we can write Fn equal to mg minus ma, which is equal to m into g minus a. Now hence in this case, if a becomes equal to g, then obviously the net force becomes 0. And this is known as weightlessness. This is also known as free fall. Now here a Ferris wheel is shown. And why do you feel lighter in Ferris wheel? As shown here, when you are moving in the Ferris wheel, there is a centripetal force, which is always towards the center of the Ferris wheel. So here, the centripetal force shown by F1, 2, 3, 4 is always towards the center of the wheel, and there is a gravitational force mg which is always acting downward. So if we write the equation of this net force, then when you are on the top, the rotation is creating, this rotary velocity is creating an acceleration which is given by mv square by r, that is the centripetal force, and mg as the gravitational force. So you get the net weight as mg minus mv square by r, okay, because mg is downward, and at the bottom the centripetal force is upward, and on the top centripetal force is downward. So at the bottom, as you are moving upward, you get the net force equivalent to mv square by r plus mg, and on the top you get the net force as mg minus mv square by r. This is what we saw in the case of lift, and while you are coming down, the net weight, the net force is decreased, and that is why when you are sitting in a Ferris wheel, when you come down, you feel lighter, and when you go up, you feel little heavier. Okay? So this is the reason you feel lighter when you are in the Ferris wheel, and that too, it's not always. When you come down, you feel lighter, but when you go up, you feel heavier. So this is what is shown in below. Whenever one moves with an acceleration equal to gravitational acceleration, one becomes weightless. Now the first picture shows that no one is moving, and you get a normal weight if you keep a weighing scale below your feet inside the lift. As you start moving, the A and G adds up, and you will get a higher weight if you are on the weighing scale inside the lift. When you start coming down, A and G are in the same direction, so they subtract and you get less than normal weight. And when A is equal to G, you are weightless. So we have seen this in the earlier slide and we have explained also why you feel weightless when A is equal to G. Now, when you are in space, there is no up or down. The direction in space is only towards or away from the Earth. So, when the satellite is moving around the Earth, it experiences a force always towards the Earth due to the gravitational force. There is no up or down when you are in the space, and you feel weightless when you are moving in an orbit because there is acceleration towards the Earth. So in spaceship, you are weightless because, as we have seen, there is a orbital velocity which creates the acceleration A towards the Earth, and there is acceleration G due to the gravity. And as seen earlier, here the astronaut as well as the ship are falling towards the Earth at the same velocity, and this is the reason astronaut is floating inside the spaceship without colliding with it. So it is the force of gravity that supplies the centripetal force requirement to allow the inward acceleration that is a characteristic of circular motion. The force of gravity is the only force acting on the astronaut, and their tangential velocity, which we will now call as the critical velocity, allows them to remain in orbital motion while the force of gravity pulls them inward. The astronaut and all their surroundings, the space station with its contents, are falling towards the Earth without colliding into it, allowing astronauts to float inside, giving a feeling of weightlessness. Now we will also understand that there has to be a certain velocity of spaceship to remain in the orbit. This velocity is called critical velocity. So we have seen due to the critical velocity, the acceleration inward towards Earth is same as gravitational acceleration g. So we know the formula. Acceleration due to the velocity is v square by r. Acceleration due to gravitational force g is equal to gm by r square. We equate these two and we get the value of critical velocity as given by v square is equal to gm by r, and vc, which is the critical velocity, is given by square root of gm by r. Okay. Now observe the similarity with escape velocity. We know escape velocity is given by square root of 2 gm by r, and this is very obvious because in both the acceleration due to gravity has to be balanced. Then only we get the weightlessness or the escape velocity. Okay. So let us understand now how does the day-to-day experiences on Earth differ in space. If you consider a boiling water, then on Earth, boiling water has many bubbles because the gas in the water goes up there are convection currents. But when you heat the water in space, there is only a single bubble which is formed, which grows as shown in this picture. So since there are no convection currents generated, convection currents are generated due to the difference in density of hot and cold water on Earth. The air bubbles move from down to up, whereas in space it forms a single big bubble. If you burn a candle in space, in on the Earth, then the flame goes up, but in space, the flame spreads, forming as shown in the picture. Now again here, because of the air currents, due to the difference in density of hot and cold air, on Earth, the flame goes up, but in space, the flame spreads. Now, if you drink a cold drink in the space, then you cannot burp in space because the gas collected in the stomach does not reflect upward. Again, all this is due to the density difference, or when you are on the earth, there is a direction which is towards the earth and away from the earth. And when you have a cold drink, aerated drink, the gas bubbles out. But this does not happen in the space because there is nothing up and down. And it becomes extremely uncomfortable to have an aerated cold drink in space. Similarly, if you sweat, the water bubbles remain on the skin as they neither evaporate nor drip down due to gravity as happens on Earth. So in all, weightlessness and space travel is not a luxury. It is very uncomfortable to become weightless and traveling in the space. So let us recap whatever we have learned so far. First is the free fall velocity is given by acceleration into time. Here you feel lighter as shown here. You start momentarily floating. This is what happens when the skydivers jump from the aeroplane. Escape velocity is given by square root of 2 gm by r, and here weight increases. You can observe the astronaut being lifted up, and here how does the g starts increasing from normal 1g to almost 7g as shown in this animation. And then there is orbital velocity, which is a critical velocity given by square root of gm by r. And with this velocity, you become weightless. And due to weightlessness, you start floating inside the spaceship. Even if you take out food and the moment you remove it out of the packing, it just remains there because it is weightless and there is no normal experience of up or down. Here, now you will understand from all these three equations that whatever is the velocity, either of free fall or escape or creating weightlessness, is independent of the mass of the body. Hope now weightlessness concept is clear to you. You can observe my videos either on this Facebook or on the YouTube channel, and you can contact me on my email as given here. Thank you.